Welcome to Dog Cast.
You gotta go into the,
welcome all of my fine prospective tourists to this project that I and my colleagues here have been working on for a while now. You will see, yes, you will see my co-conspirator in this entire operation, Sir Reyes here. The island, actually, Isla Reyes, is named after him. I have quadruple compressed cobblestone in my inventory. But I've invited you all here and would like to officially welcome you to Prehistoric Park now. We built these gates. These were the first things that we built. I'll make sure to grab the waystones, yes, on your way. Now, we have these natural, lovely natural mountains forming on either side. The brain-rotting noise of a cicada that you can hear right underneath the gate here. We have no idea what that creature is. We'd very much like to exterminate it, but we have not yet been able to find where it resides. If you follow me through here, this is where our main pathway begins. This is our historic section of the park. We have very nice sugar cane over here. If you'll follow me, you can see in this laboratory here is where all of the science is done at Prehistoric Park. Yes, come on through, come on through. Now you can find, we have 14 doctors in total, actually 16 doctors in total, 8 of which are paleontologists and the other 8 of which are archaeologists. The archaeologists dig up the bones, the paleontologists sift through sand. Eventually, we gain DNA from the bones. Sir, I should probably throw mine down there. Yes, right this way, they each have names, as you can see, which are based off their professions or specific trades. If we are all done up here, though, we can go to the second layer of the laboratory. Now, this is where... okay. No, this is too far. Alright. This is where the true magic at Prehistoric Park happens. You'll see on the bottom row of these machines here are all analyzers. Now, this is what we actually use to analyze the fossils and the DNA that we are given by our diggers. And the analyzers are what we use to make that DNA into eggs. The culture vats is what we use to make that DNA into eggs, which we can then make into actual creatures at some point in the future. I believe that there's a little infighting now, but I'm not going to get involved with that. Down here is everything required to make biogoo. Biogoo is a key substance here at Prehistoric Park. Biogoo is used as sustenance for the embryonic creatures that we make, that we cultivate. Alright, we have dodo meat, people. We have dodo meat sandwiches. I'll pass some out for you. Yes, please pick those up. Please pick those up and eat if you're feeling hungry. Alright, now follow me up here. Oh, there's a dodo meat there. I'm standing outside the laboratory for whenever we are prepared to continue our venture. Alright, I see we have everyone assembled now. Follow me through here. This was the first most prominent thing we ever built at Prehistoric Park. This is our very highly esteemed museum. On either row of the front two sides here, you can see figurines dating back to prehistoric crafting ages that were made by a prehistoric people. This here is a particularly interesting figurine of Anu, which was a godlike ruler of the people in ancient lore. Over here on the right side, you can see what happens when meddling with DNA goes wrong, with phaleosauruses and mutant plants in their own little enclosure here. These are the genetic mutations that can result from failing to analyze embryos and seeds properly. If you follow me over here, we have an ancient time machine. We have no idea how to use it, so we put it on display here, and it's just going to remain here for the rest of its life cycle. Continuing this way, you might have noticed the enormous Brachiosaurus skeleton at this point. I put it its right orientation. Our second sort of section here goes over the... A little bit of an incident there. We're going to go into our pottery section here at the museum. All of these pottery forms were used in ancient times. They each come in 4 different dye types, as you can see here. Over here is the set of armor worn by Anu himself, as well as his dreadful sword. And over here is a set of dinosaur bone armor, which was used by his legions. And here is a Tyrannosaurus toothed dagger on display. It is a very fine weapon indeed. Do not ask why there is blood on it. Back here, I think, is the prominent attraction at the museum. We have our hieroglyphic wall. And as you can see here, each of these... Alright, anyway, as I was saying, here's a hieroglyphic wall. Now, there are various little stories and other details that you can see scattered throughout. Here, we tell the rise of Anu and his defeat by the other people at the time. If you follow me to this center section of the wall here, this tells the prophecy of two idiots getting themselves trapped in Anu's castle and having to be bailed out by one of their other friends, only to return later to slay Anu himself. Unrelated to current events in the world. And of course, we round out here with some other strange prophecies. If you follow me up to the second level of the museum... What? Yes. If you follow me up here to the second level, unspoken. We have the Cretaceous Cafe up here. Now, this is an area where you can sit, look at the museum, look out at the park, and enjoy some fine water that we have here. We have a fridge that is currently not stocked. It would have dodo meat. Yes, we can sit here. Why are there so many eggs? Get rid of your eggs.
Population control.
If you follow me over here, this is the first ever creature we actually cloned at Prehistoric Park, and here's our DJ at Cretaceous Cafe. Yes, this is Elvis Presley. He has every music disc available in this chest over here. We even have a nice little note block array for him to play, and this music block as well. That is pretty much everything there is to see in the museum. You can follow me to the outer balcony here. I will wait for the rest of the tour. Very well. Now out here, you can look out at the various attractions we have spread throughout the park. Going downstairs, you will see our first real prehistoric attraction, the Botanical Gardens. Make sure to grab your waystone. These plants were all harvested from ancient remains. Many of these plants can actually still be found in select portions of the world today, although they all date back to prehistoric times, and this is the majority of the shrubbery you will be seeing. Now, down this pathway here, we have our insectarium and our aquarium. Over down here, we have our reptile house, our aviaries, and other such attractions. What the hell happened here? We're going to ignore that for now. Which direction, dear guests, would you like to go down first? If I can get a vote. Right. Okay, I have 2 for right. I think he's saying right as well. Okay, so we'll go down to the right. This is our insect house. You can see the 3 main arthropods / insects that we have. These are all the ones we were able to recover. Yes, this is quite loud. I recommend putting on Raycon earbuds, the sponsor of today's tour. See, most of these animals, I believe, yes, they all originate from the Paleozoic era. Very common with giant insects. Once you're done perusing the animals, we can move over to the aquarium. Now, this is quite an interesting display. These are the 4 living fossils we have at the museum. These creatures are all creatures you can find in the world today, and they are likely the oldest living specimens that exist in the world. I do not believe there are any plans to add them to Fortnite, unfortunately. Over here is our resident Sakasukas, Timothy. His name was misspelled by my co-founder, but it is still pronounced Timothy. It is still pronounced Timothy. Over here, do not hit Timothy. Do not hit Timothy. He does not take kindly to that. He will likely kill you if you try and attack him. Please, can somebody get the other tourist out of the water? I do not believe he possesses the capability of flight, unlike most of us. Timothy likes to do this a lot, where he rapidly thrashes his head back and forth in an attempt to garner attention. I believe he's also attacking our Arab fellow here. Alright, I believe we are all reassembled now. Just about. Yes, our final guest is through here. Alright. Now, if you follow me down to the second level of the aquarium, here we have many interesting creatures on display. First of all is the Ichthyosaurus. I suppose some squids also managed to get in here. I'll have to contact our animal people about that. They are an ancient species of dolphin, I believe. Do not mess with the skeletons, please. On opposite side, we have our Leopleurodon Charlie. Yes, he is swimming around. He quite enjoys his enclosure there. He's got a lot of space to move around. And over here, we have, I believe these are pronounced Crucigerhinus, something like that. It is a very difficult creature to pronounce. They are some of the least impressive creatures we have here at the park. I do not know why we decided to revive them, but here they are. Now opposite, this is quite the creature. This is a Mosasaurus. It is the apex predator of its time, the Cretaceous era. I believe we have a slightly smaller one, it might be female, wandering around in there, but it is fully grown. Now over here, we have our Megalodon, and this is the largest aquatic creature that is at the park. As you can see, its skeleton dwarfs the actual creature, because the skeleton is of a female, and this specimen we have here is a male. The females are considerably larger, but we do contain the creature nonetheless, as you can see. Alright, if you would like to accompany me down the opposite side of the path here. Here is our herpetarium. I will patiently wait for the rest of our guests. I believe someone is lagging behind. Has he arrived yet? Are we all here? Oh, there he is. Okay. Yes, this here is our herpetarium. Inside our first enclosure, you can see Tiktaalik. It is believed to be one of the oldest living things on the planet. It is an amphibian, from which many other life forms spawned. Opposite it is a weird-looking turtle thing called the Hinodus. And in here is a Diplocalus. It is a Permian period reptile here. Oh, do not mess with... Actually, you can keep Adaphosaur eggs. So yes, they can be your keepsakes for this adventure. All right. Follow me over here. We have the two main attractions of the herpetarium. On one side, we have our Adaphosaurs. They are a mated pair, native to desert biomes, I believe. And over here is the Megalania. Now this is a ancestor to the modern day Komodo dragon. As you can see, it looks quite similar. It is just very much larger than the actual creature.
What's his name?
His name is Dan, due to his large size. Dan was a fitting name that we decided to give him. Here are our aviaries. This is one of our more extensive non-dinosaur exhibits. We have terror birds on either side. This is an interesting specimen. Gastornis here is the only herbivorous terror bird that we have. The others are all carnivorous. In the central aviary, we have our Pteranodon. I believe she's currently bobbing for fish. Oh, yes, actually, we should probably all sleep. Yes, it is. Everyone, sleep very quickly.
I don't have a bed.
Alright. Okay. Okay, here are our dodos. This is one of the most recent animals to have gone extinct, only going extinct in the 1660s. Pteranodon, she's woken up now. She's over here and flying. Do not kill... we will go to the opposite side of the Pteranodon enclosure now. Here is another small bird. It is called the Confuciusornis. It is the smallest creature we have on record here at Prehistoric Park. They are quite annoying, but we abide by them. Over here, you will see our final two terror birds, Titanus on the left and Kalinkin on the right. Now, Kalinkin is in fact the biggest bird that we have here at the park.
Really?
One could say that Kalinkin is the biggest bird ever to have existed. And if you follow through here, we will be moving on steadily to our Ice Age enclosures. Yes. First up, we have the opposite attractions of the quagga. This is the most recent creature to have gone extinct at Prehistoric Park. They went extinct only in the late 1800s, when they were overhunted by humans. Opposite it is an elephant creature called the platypelodon. It is a distant relative of the mammoth, I do believe. Over here is the Smilodon enclosure. Now this is one of the enclosures that took the most time to build. It's very nice detail here. Yes. We have, I believe that's a mated pair in there, although they could both be males. I think they are both males, but I try not to judge them. Who is throwing around dodo meat? Please stop that. Through here, our first high security enclosure. This is the, if you follow me to the watchtower, this is the Elasmotherium. It is a prehistoric rhino from the Ice Age. It also was the one of our various containment breaches while we were building the enclosure. If we're done examining it, moving to the opposite side, we have Megaloceros. There are two in there, but they currently appear to be inside each other. These are an ancient form of elk that existed during the Ice Age. They're very ancient, very old. They're definitely not just mooses. 100% cloned at here. We did not just make mooses larger. And this here is the prime attraction of the Ice Age exhibits. This is Manny, our mammoth, looking very nice over there. I believe he's been sheared recently. He's supposed to have fur down there. No bother, however. If you'll follow me all back to the Botanical Gardens Waystone over here, we will continue our tour into the primary attractions of the park. Yes. If you'll come gather right before me now. Oh, over there, I suppose. Or upstairs, okay. Are we all accounted for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay. Following me through here, we have the Jurassic exhibits. Now, I did attempt to organize the dinosaur exhibits into as chronologically as possible. Unfortunately, we house no dinosaurs from the Triassic period, so we're starting here with the Jurassic, and we have a few predators here. First off is the Dilophosaurus, which existed in the early Jurassic period. A common misconception with the Allosaurus is that it spits venom. As you can see, they clearly do not. They're eating the dodo. That's very good. But yes, we have a mated pair here. They are quite magnificent. Over here is the second smallest creature we have at the park, Compsognathus. They are the smallest dinosaur we have. They are quite adorable little creatures when you ignore their flesh-eating tendencies. Through here we have the Ornitholestes, a small, primarily egg-eating carnivorous creature. And on the right is the Ceratosaurus, distinguished by the horn on its nose. If you follow me through, the most one of the most esteemed enclosures we have here is that of the sauropod enclosure, containing both Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus. Yes, they are magnificent creatures, the largest on offer here at the park. Can somebody please get our guest out of the enclosure once again? Thank you. Thank you. I believe the Brachiosaurs might be hungry. I think that's what they're looking for. I actually don't know. It's very hard to tell. They aren't very emotive. Oh, it seems to be eating. And yes, back there we have Diplodocus. 3 of them, to be precise. Over here we have our Stegosaurus and Dryosaurus enclosure. These two existed at the same time, though in separate parts of the world. This is another sort of herbivorous menagerie for the Jurassic period. Following me through here, we have the apex and penultimate, or ultimate creature of the Jurassic exhibits. This is the Allosaurus. She is quite an apex predator, as you can see, the best of its time. She also appears selective. Through here are the Cretaceous exhibits, starting first with our Dromaeosaurids, Velociraptor on the right here, and Deinonychus on the left. They're both feathered and capable of climbing walls quite adeptly. In fact, that was the cause of another security breach we had in these early days of building the park. Following me past them are the Citipati and the Gallimimus. Centipati being mostly egg-eating creature once more, and the Gallimimus being a flocking creature similar to modern-day emu and ostriches. You can see them both in here commingling as the same flock. And now through here, we have quite a unique herbivorous display. We have the Parasaurolophus and the Therizinosaurus. If you follow me up here, they are quite interesting creatures indeed. The Therizinosaurus is one of the only herbivores we know of that had feathers and possessed a bipedal form such as that, which is strange long claws. The Parasaurolophus are those ones resonating that strange melodic noise that you're hearing now. It is quite haunting, yet at the same time somewhat beautiful. Following me over here is the first apex predator of the Cretaceous era we have, the Spinosaurus. It is a primarily aquatic creature that resided in swamps at the time. It's currently swimming and playing in the water there, having a right old time. Following me over, we have the ultimate herbivorous display of the entire park, a menagerie of creatures from the Cretaceous era, and the heavily armored Ankylosaurus, the domed Pachycephalosaurus, and the iconic Triceratops. Following me up here, you can see we have 1 Ankylosaurus, 5 Pachycephalosaurs, and 3 Tranks, all mingling together in this very large and expansive enclosure. It is quite gorgeous. Please take your time to look. Okay, he gets lost quite often. I think someone else is going to have to go and retrieve him again. Oh, and he's back. Okay, now through these doors, the ultimate creature that we have here at the park. Yes, this is the Tyrannosaurus Rex Island. Up here we have. Oh, I see somebody has already spawned in the cows. Yes, well, this is sort of the final attraction. Now, we have our Tyrannosaur here. Her name is Princess. She is the princess of the Cretaceous era. And now you will all get to see Princess feed. Yes, you will come here, and you will all be able to see Princess feed on these cows here. Yes, there she goes up there. Come here now. Yes, there we are, hunting in her prime. What a beautiful creature! What a beautiful creature! Well, that will end our stay here at Prehistoric Park. The tickets are not refundable. If you have any complaints, you can leave them with our PR department, who quit last week. Thank you all. Goodbye, and I hope never to see you again.